And we're live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's Crisis 169 coming to you live with the power of Spectrum Internet. I'm here, you're there. Now let's get on to it. Today's topic of the video is one's been done before. Is console gaming dead, dying, or going down a new path? Let's talk about it. And what I say by that is, I'm looking at VG charts here. You have two video game charts here. Both from VG charts. One in March 2025 and one literally showing the span of the current market currently of console sales. Nintendo Switch 2 sold 7.4 million. Nintendo Switch original Switch sold 151 million. PlayStation 5 78 million, and the Xbox coming in at meager 33 million. And then for different countries, though, of course, you have weekly hardware. August is August 2025. Is August 2nd. So not very long ago, maybe a little more than probably about a month or so ago, or a month ago. Um, and the other one is March of 2025. That's a little longer than a month. So these right here are telling us the charts here. Now I'm also going to bring up uh, gaming. Charts to see how much PC gaming is really going. PC gaming, how it's growing, how it's actually working, how's it going, and what's going on with it. Um, let's see here. PC gaming is still, considered pretty much um, see here. PC Game World. Trying to figure out here the PC game statistics. It's exploring topics, PC gaming. What I'm doing, guys, is giving a chart here of all different charts here, trying to figure out what's going on console gaming, and it is people quitting console gaming, going to PC gaming, or they quitting and going to mobile gaming. The reason why I'm doing this because we need to figure out, the gaming community needs to figure out what's really going on. Okay, we can be honest with ourselves. There is an issue going on here, and we have a serious problem when it comes to PC console gaming. The Xbox is selling piss poor. PlayStation 5 sales are going down. Switch 2 has not lived up to expectations of its uh, older brother in the Nintendo Switch that came out in 2017 and still selling like gangbusters today. People are still buying the Nintendo Switch, even though the price hike came up. Last store at Target, refused to price hike it, and they're going to be threatened to. They're going to start sending back all their inventory. That's what a lot of companies are doing with the Xbox now. They're sending back their inventory back to Microsoft. They're refusing to sell it because it's hurting their bottom line. Because the more money they increase, the less money they get for profits. So a lot of companies like Walmart are getting out of the gaming business and going into PC gaming because it's very profitable. That's why you go into a Walmart and you see processors and RAM and graphics cards more you haven't seen before. See, where I live at, I don't have a micro center. So a Walmart is becoming a small micro center, I know of itself. Even though didn't have tons of cases and tons of RAM to go by, but it's innovative enough where it's trying to be more than what it needs to be, and it's trying to grab a hold of that lost customer that the Xbox, PlayStation, Sony are seeming to push away with higher costs on consoles, higher costs on games. If you're a consumer and your kid wants a brand new gaming rig and you have nobody who can build it for you, what are you gonna do? You can go to Wally World down the street. Oh, they have PC gaming there. I could build my son his own, but I don't think he understands that. So I'll buy this one here, the 3050 or whatever, or 3060, whatever, 9060, whatever graphics card, whatever. I'll give him this for Christmas and he'll like it. And he will. And he will like it. He'll like it because it's a gaming rig that has potential. Now you have to be careful, of course. You have to understand the 8 gigabyte VRAM. I have 8 gigabyte of VRAM. And playing Helldivers 2 is kind of rough. You know, I have to keep messing with settings to get Helldivers 2 to run properly, even though it doesn't really matter because it's an online only game. If they know if a connection goes bad, like it has recently, about maybe 20 minutes ago, you get kicked off the game. It's just one of those things. You have to worry about connection. I wish you can change regions and be in a certain region, like you can with Halo or Call of Duty, but or even Battlefield for that matter. But you can't do it right now in Helldivers 2. They haven't got that far. Eventually, they will. You can play PC only, and that still has some issues. But once again, it's not as bad as playing with the consoles, because once again, you have people around the world playing consoles. Believe it or not, a lot of people playing Xbox in other countries than PlayStation, because Microsoft for some reason had a better reach in some countries than say Microsoft. Steam is everywhere, so you have a gaming rig and in Tibet, chances are you're gonna have Steam on it, obviously. And Steam ain't gonna run away from that free money. So hook by crook. That's why a lot of people were upset when Helldivers 2, Sony, region locked the game to only certain countries. I get a lot of people don't have PlayStation Network. Who cares? It's not available on Steam. Buy it. Free money, Sony. No, I guess Sony hates money, so because that's why they have to jack up the prices too as well. But their console's selling, so it's not really hurting them in a sense that it's hurting them, but not as bad as it would if it's like the name was a um, Xbox, where it's really hurting them bad. But start with the PC game here. PC game been around for a while. Number of games PC increased a lot to almost 2 billion. Number of PC gamers on PC 2024, just a little older, almost 2 billion. And right around 2008, it went to a billion and started going up. 2015, when the digital revolution really happened, I'm actually on the blog. It's exploding topics. ET, no pun ET. And the author credit it goes to Fando Duron, research associate. Um, he's a writer, so the credit goes to him for writing this blog here. I take no credit for this blog. Um, but it's $1 billion over 2008, 2015 showed an increase of 50 million to 1.36 billion. 2024, 2020 was the biggest growth during the COVID thing. During the whole COVID, 200 million people got into the PC game market. 20 million, 30 million, 30 million. It's been 30 million ever since. Now at the 1.6 high of 1.85 billion, almost 2 billion. Um, Pay to play PC gaming is up. Free to play games are low end or from down. This is back 2024, obviously. PC versus other platform. PC is still kicking the crap out of. PC is at right around 65% of the market share. With next in line is PlayStation 5, Xbox X Series, Android OS, Xbox One for some reason, PS4, Mac, and it goes all the way down Linux, all the way down to the other. But yeah, PC gaming has been about 65% of the market share. PlayStation and Xbox have 33 to 30% of the market share. This is 2024, folks. This is not including what has happened in the last couple of months with the gaming rig becoming cheaper. You might have noticed certain gaming rigs are cheaper. Side Power has gaming rigs are cheaper with older hardware. Hey, Boxing, what's up, buddy? What's up, Boxing? What's up, Boxing? Um, um, but you might have noticed that. Doing great, buddy. You might have noticed the console gaming losing a lot of luster. And with the last couple months, now these stuff here with the VG charts happened in March 2025. PC game one I read was actually in 2024. But um, I'm doing great, dude. Um, but with the PC gaming advent of PC gaming taking off, and with gaming peripherals like your RAM getting cheaper, the graphics card can be cheap, but it's more expensive still. But your RAM, your processor, your motherboards, your cases, way cheaper. Power supply cheaper. You can get this stuff on Newegg, or if you're God blessed enough, if you're blessed enough, you have a Micro Center to buy. You can go get your combo kits there. You can buy all three of them: the RAM, the motherboard, and even the um, power supply. Most cases you get AM4. You can probably get a processor. Um, AM5 you might be able to get one of those on the lower end side. But when it comes down to it, guys, when it comes down to it, PC gaming is always going to remain king. Um, only because PC gaming is it's so versatile. That's why I made the comment of Xbox, maybe PlayStation, going, I mean, mostly Xbox going into the PC game world, trying their hand at making pre-built PC gaming. And of course, people say, well, the Xbox is PC. Yes and no. It, it's a poor man's version of PC. Let's call it what it is, guys. These game consoles are poor man's versions of PCs. PC gaming has to cost $800 to $1,000. PC gaming has to be expensive. That's just the way it is. It's like motherhood and apple pie. It goes together. It's just how it goes. If you don't like it, the poor man section's down that way. Console gaming. I'm not saying and if you can't afford PC gaming, you're not a gamer. No, I'm not saying at all. I'm just saying you're just a poor gamer. But you're spending 60, 80, $100 a year on PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Well, I do buy it because I like playing some game like Doom or whatever. I download Doom, play it. So I have no problem playing it. I can play it. I can buy it on Steam and own it forever. But I just choose to have the Xbox to have friends who are Xbox only. I can chat with them, like once, twice a week. So I thought the reason why I have the Game Pass really. If they had a PC, I wouldn't even care. But like I said, Game Pass Ultimate is a good thing to have because if you want to have some show-ready games ready to go, you just download them on your hard drive or SSD or whatever you have and play them for as long as you want and get rid of them when you're done. I mean, it's not something that that I have to have. I don't. But I had it for many years. Like I said, I have friends who have Xbox only. So that's what they have. That's what they have. So, but their financials are a little different than mine and yours, obviously. Now, everyone's financials are different. So I don't hold people to what I can afford. I don't hold them to what they can afford. Everybody's financials different. But going back to it though, the like I said before, Switch 2 is 7.4 million. Switch 1 151 million. PS5 is at 78 million, and the Xbox SX here is at 33.40 million. The 56% of console market share is owned by Nintendo Switch as of right now. This came out, I do believe, in August. I do believe, uh, yeah, August 2025. So maybe about a month ago. With this other one here, GT chart showing PlayStation versus Xbox sales. It's been difficult for Xbox to get any footwork in. They sold about a little over 30 million. And this is March 2025, and PlayStation has sold over close to almost 80 million. Now, if you count Nintendo in there, they're kitty centric, so they're going to be dealing with the Mario crowd. But now with the Switch 2 coming out, you can play games like Cyberpunk and things like that. Adult themed games on your Switch too. So how that changed the world? It changed it because it forces people to understand that now you can play adult games on Nintendo products again. And that's part of the innovation. That's part of the what I talked about, the new path. The new path is that Nintendo had to switch. No pun intended. They had to switch themselves from a kitty centric to, okay, the adults are back, kids, bedtime. Adults gonna play some Doom. Adults gonna play some Cyberpunk. You need to go to bed now. That is what Nintendo had to turn the switch, once again, no pun intended, to increase their profits there, and keep riding the wave they created. There's the Switch One. The original Switch was a powerhouse dominating machine, but it was anemic since day one. It came out right before the Xbox One X and the Xbox S series had launched. So it was kind of sandwiched between those two systems and the PS4 Pro. So it wasn't really looked at as a powerhouse contender. Like, let's play Mario and Zelda. Well, Mario and Zelda was a lot better on the Switch than on the Wii U. It runs better, a little more powerful. It's probably, I've heard, 10 to 30% more powerful than the original Wii U, and about 50% more powerful than the Wii. The Switch is. Even if that's true or not, I don't know. No, even 25% more powerful than both of them is a big uptick in performance, especially when you have games running at 800, 900p, um, probably 30 frames. Dock mode maybe 1080p 30, maybe if you're lucky. But with Nintendo games, you never really care about frames because it's always about the adventure, especially with Zelda and Mario. Because they compress the game so good that they could run at 5 frames per second and you wouldn't even notice. You probably would notice, but I mean, you wouldn't notice in a sense because how they compress their games on those cartridges and put them in the Switch, it's amazing to me. You know, Nintendo didn't have this problem. Every other game that tried to go on a Switch had issues with that because they didn't know the compression techniques, unless you're Ubisoft, because their loyalty to sticking with the Switch, with the Wii U and the Wii, gave them the loyalty seal of approval, Nintendo, to show them how to do the compression techniques to make games run on the Switch as well as they could do. So that's why Resident Evil 7 is only a downloadable streaming, and you can't even put it on the Switch. I heard Switch 2, you could re-download that game and it'll actually download to the console. And I haven't heard truth about it yet, but Resident Evil 7 Biohazard was a very big game on the Xbox and PlayStation. I can't imagine it being any better or any easier to run on original Switch. Switch 2 will probably have enough under the hood, enough oomph to actually get it to run decently. That's some topic another time. To know if anybody has literally played Resident Evil 7 Biohazard on Switch 2. If it is available on Switch 2, please comment down below. I would love to read it and have a discussion about that because that game was amazing on the Xbox and PlayStation, but it was also very, 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 no, very, very hard to get into because it was fun. It was probably my first Resident Evil game I played before I played Resident Evil 2 and 3 on PC. The newer updated, not the tank control one, but the updated third person view of Resident Evil 2 and 3. So, now with that out of the way, and then charts what they are. Is console gaming dead or dying? It's a slippery slope for them. Console gaming can't go too far right because if it too far left or right because if they do that, it's going to alienate people. If console gaming goes too far left to the right, they're going to alienate the people that stuck with them. The hardcore, fan with the hoodies on, with the amp drink and skateboard and tongue, middle finger kind of thing. Those, those people who live and die by the Xbox and PlayStation, and even Nintendo Switch too. And Switch is kind of out of this picture because Switch is still boo boo bee boo, kitty centric, and still doing the kitty crap, even though they're have adult based games on there now. It's still a kid's toy. Where the Xbox, PlayStation are more adults and teenagers, like I said, with the middle finger sticking, tongue sticking out, pierced tongue, middle finger, skateboard kind of people. Where you have to decide for, okay, how far left right do we go on this? That is what Microsoft, Sony is trying to figure out. Because if Microsoft goes off and makes gaming rigs, they're alienating all their fanboys that they fly out to have breakfast with every weekend. If they if Sony goes 100% digital, then they're going to alienate all the physical people who buy physical games. It's literally a catch can kind of thing. It's a catch 22. You're not going to have a good day. So I think gaming consoles are going to die only because not because of bad management, not because of bad situation. I've been reading the room, so to speak, for the last couple years. The games consoles are going to die because of their own idiocy. If that makes sense to anybody. Um, what I'm going to say will make sense to some of you. A lot of you may not pick it up. But the reason why WWE failed, wrestling failed, because of poor management and lack of vision. The reason why the game industry is going the way it's going, because of lack of vision and too much greed. The verses are changed. One's professional wrestling, one's game industry, but they both have loyal fan base. But once you slap them in the face and treat them like they're stupid idiots, they no longer going to be loyal to you. Like me, I'm a huge wrestling fan. Once again, going off tyrant here. Tirade. I'm not going to buy WWE, ESPN for $30 a month to watch wrestling. I'm not doing it. I paid $9.99 for W Network. I paid $15 a month for Peacock. I'm not going to pay $30 a month to watch for Sports Network. They had football. I like watching football, but I watch it on TV, not on an app. Well, I watch it on an app, watch it on YouTube TV. But I'm not paying $30 a month to watch wrestling. It's just not feasible. So why am I going to spend that kind of money when the rest of the library is stuck on two different platforms, YouTube and or Peacock? And they may not even get off those platforms for at least another year to 5 years. If Peacock renews their deal with the network in 2026, what the rumors are, exact same applies here. Why am I going to buy a console when I got to spend tons of money on online, you know, online, allowing to play games online? Well, I can cross over to PC, buy $800 PC, $1,000 PC, and play that, and then some more for a cost of 1,000 to 1,500 bucks. Yes, expensive, but think about it. The new Xbox coming out is probably going to be close to $1,000. If it's 500 bucks, I'll be damn amazed. But I guarantee you, folks, these consoles are not going to be 500 bucks anymore. The no, the golden age of the Xbox One and the X and the rest of them being 500 magical dollars is over with. It's finito, done, dead, broken, battered. It's literally in the street twitching. Okay, the $500 is gone. It's twitching in the back alley somewhere. Why? Because got the shit kicked out of it by the fact that these manufacturers can't charge 500 bucks anymore for these consoles. It's just not feasible. It's not profitable. PlayStation Network and Xbox Game Pass are not making tons of money anymore because the consumer realizes that yeah, we bought a $500 console just to get spoon fed a couple cheap games a month. Yeah, you might find some bangers in there, but I can go to the store and buy the bangers from GameStop for a reduced price, or I can go get a damn gaming rig, buy the same damn game that's been out for 6 months. It's still $80 or $70 on PC for 49.99. Where are you gonna go? Yeah, you gotta spend $1,500. You could build your own for like $1,000, folks. I mean, you can go to toastybros.com. Hell, they sell pre-built gaming rigs. You can buy a gaming rig on anywhere. I mean, I don't get the whole situation with console gaming. The they're pricing themselves right out of existence. There's no way that the Xbox Ally X and Ally Non X are going to be $500 or $900. They're going to be over $1,000 easy, both of them, or if not one of them. The PlayStation Vita, PlayStation, whatever you want to call it, handheld Pulse Vita, whatever life support system you want to call the damn thing, handheld is going to be on life support probably too. It's going to be close to about $500, $600, $800. I bought my Vita for like $399, $299, $300 at GameStop. Okay, it, we need to get out of this realm of thinking that PC gaming, just like the wrestling business, is going to be like the days of yesteryear. Those are dead. It's out in the, like I said, it's out in the alley, and got the shit kicked out of it by 2025 reality. We're not living in 2015, 2018 anymore. We're living in reality. Welcome to real life. We have to understand that. We have to grasp hold of that. We have to make sure we understand what we are doing and what is going on out there, and stop this game playing of thinking that we're going to just be able. Checking the weather right now, guys. Sorry. Um, they're going to be able to do whatever we want to do without having any type of issues. Guys, the console gaming is of yesteryear is gone. You're going to spend 800 to $1,000 easy. There is no way you're not going to spend $1,000 on the next handheld Xbox consoles, or PlayStations. If it's $500, I'll be amazed. But it ain't gonna last very long. 'Cause you're seeing the current market right now. You can blame tariffs all you want. You can blame slave labor in these countries all you want. But it's a corporate greed that is just destroying these companies from inside out. I don't care what anybody tells me. You can show me charts and graphs all you want. But the fact of the matter is, PC gaming, just like wrestling business, has gotten corrupt, and has gotten corrupt where we don't even know what the line in the sand anymore. The line in the sand has been washed away. There's no line in the sand anymore. You are in or you're out. That's the way it's going to be. And every sports that's been taken over, every gaming console company has been taken over and drove out of business because of this. It's going to happen to somebody else. I predict one of the three companies is going to have a very, very big financial issue, because you can't sustain raising prices on consoles forever. You can't raise prices 30% every couple months because you have a little problem when buying that yacht, Mr. CEO of said company. You have to go without a yacht once in a while. I know it sucks. It sucks to be you, but yeah, workers who are literally worrying about their jobs every single day. There's people that are out there programming games who are going to truck driving now, or medical field, because they can't get work, because no one's hiring anybody, because the games are coming out have already been made for the last couple of years, and they're just finishing up and sending them out. Games take a while to create, and Microsoft goes to the dollar store and buys a bunch of programmers for 18 months, and turns around and they get rid of them and buy the dollar store again and buy more programmers. They don't care. They go to the free market and buy people and keep for 18 months and get rid of them, and then back the street they go, wondering what the hell they're going to do. So, and it ain't just a game, no, it ain't just a console market. It's game market too as well. everything is suffering. Think about it. Helldivers 2 has been out for almost 2 years, technically, over a year. We're still having drop issues. People getting dropped. I had my system crash when I turned it on. I turned the game on. It's $40 game. Can you imagine the Firestorm was $80? That's coming, folks, eventually. So stay tuned. That's a little bit of news. When you go buy an $80 online only game, and it's going to be sitting there just be totally, a cluster F of a mess. These consoles going, hey, we created a game. Yeah, it takes about a year to fix. Hey, Killer, I've been doing good, buddy. How you been doing? But before I end this live stream, guys, um, yeah, guys, I think console gaming is on its way out in a sense we've never seen before. And new console gaming is going to be in. And I think it's going to be a lot harder for people to recommend console gaming. With the prices I'm seeing, on Twitter, I mean X, prices coming out on October 7th. What the games are going to be like, it's going to be rough for a lot of people to go out there and spend $80 on games. And not even $80 on standard edition, not including deluxe edition I like to buy. I love buying deluxe editions because I love buying that extras and extra goodies you go on now on digital games. So that's me. But those days might be limited. You might be waiting. Battlefield 6 might be the last game that I might actually buy at full price. I may wait 4 or 5 months after a game comes out. I may try to. I may try to figure out what time it's gonna be on. I may watch it. I'm gonna try to. I've been pretty busy since I went on the day shift. I'm off Monday through Thursday. I've been really busy doing stuff. A lot more busy now than I was when I worked nights only. So I'll try to. If I do watch it, I'll probably watch it after the fact and make a video about it. Um, but yeah, guys, this is my video. Thank you guys for watching my video. See you guys later. There's a storm outside. I gotta get off here. But peace out and be safe, guys. Peace, everyone.